certain type of way so that it accents all of your bodily dimensions, not so that you would look bitter, but so that you would look better. Y'all gonna get it in a minute. So what happens is they'll measure all of your bodily dimensions. They'll measure you from your neck to your shoulder to your elbow to your wrist. They'll measure your inseam, your outseam. They'll measure your chest area, your midsection, your waist. They'll measure you from the back of your neck all the way to your heel. Why? Because they want to make sure that when they make the garment, that it accents all of your bodily dimensions so that when you put it on, that it does not make you look bitter, but it makes you look better. And so it is in the spiritual, so it is in the natural. You must understand that before your circumstance, before your dilemma, before your situation, before it came to your house, it literally went by the custom design room of God. And when it came by the custom design room of God, God literally tailored your situation to fit your personality and or your demeanor. Simply put, beloved brothers and sisters, God spoke to me this morning and told me just to straight up tell you that you don't need to be too frustrated about what's happening in your life right now. And the reason why you don't need to be too frustrated about it is simply because it's not going to cause you to go crazy. You're not going to lose your mind over it. You're not going to give up over it. Why? Because he wants you to understand that before it came to your house, that it came by his custom design room, and he tailored that thing to fit your personality or your demeanor. So you're not going to give up. You're not going to throw in the towel. You're not going to quit. Matter of fact, you're going to put on this garment, this issue, this trouble, this trial, and you're going to straight up wear it until you wear it out. I wish you would just touch somebody to your right or to your left and tell them, say, no, I'm not going to lose it over this. Matter of fact, why don't you just look at them and tell them, after I come through this situation, I'm not going to be bitter, but I'm going to be better. The fact of the matter is, I know you felt like giving up before you got here. I know you felt like throwing in the towel before you got here. I know you told God before you got off the plane, God, I need a word that's going to help me in my situation. And God sent me by here to tell you that all you need to do is just stamp one word over your life, and that word is better. Matter of fact, that's what I want you to say when you get home. Y'all ain't going to talk to me. When you get to your house, when somebody asks you about your financial situation, I don't want you to tell them about all of your issues financially. Just look at them and say one word, better. The next time they ask you about your health, I don't want you to tell them about every ache and pain in your life. I just want you to look at them and say one word, better. The next time they ask you about your job situation, how it's going on between you and your boo, I don't want you to tell them about your relationship woes. I just want you to look at them and tell them better. Matter of fact, why don't you go to 2 or 3 brothers right now and practice just say better, better, better. Some of y'all still looking at me. I said, get up and go to somebody real fast and just tell them, say better, better, better. My situation is getting better. My finances are getting better. My relationship is getting better. Somebody ought to holler better. Take your seat, take your seat, take your seat. So it's imperatively important that you understand that you're not in this because God doesn't love you. You must understand that you're not in this because he's forsaken you. You must understand that you're not in this because he's dis and or dismissed you. But he has a plan that he has literally orchestrated in order to position you in a place called better. And the reason why many of us get frustrated, beloved brothers and sisters, is because many of us, even though we're in the church, that we don't really understand how it is that God really works. Because if we understood how it was that God really works, we wouldn't allow every device that the enemy brings to our life to cause us to feel defeated. Y'all ain't talking to me. I'm talking to y'all over here. Because if you really understood how it is that God works, you would not allow every challenge that the enemy throws at you to make you feel as if you're nothing, as if you're nobody. Can I help y'all real fast? Because if you catch this principle, I might not have to preach too much longer, but check out how God works. Let me just help you. This is the way God works. Check it out, check it out. The way God works is somehow, some way, what God does is he'll take the good things of your life, and then he'll take the bad things of your life, and he'll put them together and make them work out for you good. But not only does he do that, he'll take, watch this, he'll take the bad things of your life, and then he'll take the good things of your life, and he'll put them together and make them work out for you good. But he'll also take, watch this, the good things of your life, and he'll take the good things of your life, and he'll put them together and make them work out for you good. But what trips me out about God more than anything else is how he can take together. Oh, I wish I had some help up in here. Everything's working for my benefit. So when I come through it, I'm not coming through it with an attitude. I'm coming through it with a mindset of gratitude because I know that once I come out of it, it's going to be better than it was when I went in. So because I understand that, my dear brothers and sisters, because I understand that, then two things have to change in my life. What's the first thing that has to change in my life, Dr. Sapp? I'm so very glad you asked me. The first thing that has to change in my life is my perception of my situation. How I view my situation has to change. Because every trouble, every trial that God allows in my life has a purpose. There's a purpose behind every trial. There's a purpose behind every trouble. There's a purpose behind every situation in my life. So what I need to do is rather than complaining about where I am, rather than lamenting over where I am, I need to step back and examine the purpose of my trouble, because behind every trouble there is a purpose. Y'all looking at me strange. In other words, I got to learn how not to be a pessimistic individual. I got to learn how to be an optimistic individual. I got to learn how not to look at my glass as half empty. Y'all ain't talking. I got to look at my glass as half full. Y'all saying nothing to me. In other words, I got to stop complaining about where I am, and I just need to step back and look at it. And I need to say to myself, I don't understand why I'm in this position, because the truth of the matter is this don't make much sense to me. Why does it make sense to you? Why? Because I didn't sow this, so I shouldn't have to reap this. Y'all ain't talking to me up in here. Some stuff I should just be able to send back to the pit of hell, because the truth of the matter is if I didn't sow it, I shouldn't have to reap it. So there has to be a purpose for it in my life. And what I've learned is the only reason why the devil tricks in my life is because somehow, some way, he done peeked into my future, and he sees what God's about to bring me into, and he's trying to frustrate me into quitting before I walk into the promised place of God for my life. But he should have got you before you got here this morning. He should have got you before you walked into this door, because now that you done walked up in here, you understand that I'm too close to quit now. I wonder, is there anybody here under the sound of my voice that understands that you're too close to quit? You done came through hell. You done came through struggle. You done came through crisis. And now that God's got you here, it must be something. It must be something special about me. It must be, because the enemy would not be acting this type of fool in my life if what I was about to walk into wasn't going to blow his mind. It must be something about me that the enemy is trying to stop me from gravitating to, trying to stop me from laying my hands to. He's trying to frustrate me into giving up before I get it. But I'm too close now. So the first thing that needs to change is my perception. How I view my situation. But then the next thing that has to change, watch this, brothers, is my vocabulary. God, I can't get no help in this Presbyterian church. I'm going to say it again. The next thing that needs to change is my vocabulary. I've learned something. Pastor Robinson. I've learned something. I've learned that the reason why many of us are in a bad position has more to do with what comes out of our mouths than the enemy. Okay, y'all gonna be quiet up in here. I say it one more time. Some of the stuff that we're blaming on the devil ain't really the devil. Some of the stuff that we're in is because we don't understand who we are in God. Because if we really understood who we were in God, half the stuff that comes out of our mouths would never come out. Y'all looking at me strange. See, let me help you real fast. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You need to understand that you are created in his image and in his likeness.